All right, welcome to today's Vets vlog. It's the first time I'm doing one here in Muscle Link Gym. This is where I'm located now, and I've just been blessed with probably one of the greatest, like a great group of people that are just like so bought into the idea of getting not just athletes better, but getting a community better, getting a gym better, getting a culture better, and doing what it takes to make that happen. And having the belief in me to be able to do that, I'm so thankful. So this is the first time I'm doing it in here, and what I need to talk about today is kind of stemming off of the same thing as yesterday, but this is more geared towards training, and it's like the importance of training partners. So today, I lost my shit when I was lifting, right? Like, it happens sometimes, you just get in your head. I'm trying to do speed pulls. I could not figure it out for my goddamn life. You know what I mean? Whatever it was, I wasn't doing it right. I had my training partner, Wyatt Clemens, trying to coach me up, and I'm losing it. My head, mental, it's all going to shit. And without him being able to tell, center me back and get me focused on where to go next, who knows where my lift would have gone? Who knows if I could have, turned it around, put what's in the past and move forward and smash this lift today for my squats. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so important to have training partners that will center you, training partners that will, that can understand when, not only you're kind of losing yourself, but they know your cues and what you need to hear to kind of, hey, get out of it, snap out of it. And the days happen for everybody, and it goes back and forth. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is you need somebody to push you on the things that you suck at. For me, for me to Wyatt, right? I'm a very big neural guy. You know what I mean? Anything over 3 reps. When it comes to heavy weight, I'm very good above 88%, up to 90% even. I can do some pretty good volume, but for Wyatt, that's not something he can do, and I push him on that end safely, right? But then for me, when it comes to the hypertrophy side of things, where we're doing the repetition method, and you look at that West Side type of scheme where you have your maximal, your dynamic, and then your repetition, where you need to get the volume in to build the structures around the main, build the structure of your body. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely suck at it. I don't want to do it, and I'll avoid it. You know what I mean? And that's the nature of what homeostasis is. You know what I mean? I'll do what I'm more biased towards and what I'm good at. What I'm good at is getting under load that's really heavy, doing it 1 or 2 times, doing it over and over again. You know what I mean? I'm really good at that. I'll do that all day. But over time, I'm gonna get weaker, and I'm not gonna, I won't have the benefit of building a foundation around my tendons, around my joints, and around in specific movements like rows, pull downs, hamstrings, adductors, glutes, those type of things. And you need somebody that understands what those are for you, and then understands how to get you out of your own head or get you, just to realize your own bias, turn it around. You know what I mean? And then it's hard to accept that. It's hard to hear it sometimes. It's hard to just even have someone tell you, yo, you suck at this, you need to do it, and then go through it over and suck at it and suck at it and suck at it until you get a little bit better, and then a little bit better, and then a little bit better. And that's why having a good training partner matters. You know what I mean? Without that interaction, without me having Wyatt Clemens and Brent Neely out here, because Brent Neely is he's a very technical guy. So when it comes to me working on those high intensity lifts, I have Brent Neely there to kind of watch, right? You know what I mean? Kind of, hey, you need to cue this up. Hey, you need to do this. I don't think this was right. Boom, fix it. You know what I mean? And then we have a high energy guy in Wyatt, and somebody who's very, very good at that repetition method stuff that drives us forward, especially in the upper body. You know what I mean? And without that, and because of that, as a group, we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna keep seeing these gains that we want and hitting these numbers that we want because of that. So the importance of that is unreal, and it's also comes down man, you gotta tell the truth to each other, and it's a hard truth. You can't bullshit each other and whoever your training partners are and lie to each other, oh dude, that was great, or yo, we're working today, man. Nah, you gotta be real. Dude, that wasn't good. And it fucking sucks to hear. You know what I mean? There's times today, I didn't want to fucking hear it. You know what I mean? I went to lift, you know, I'm doing it and I'm getting this advice. I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear that. You know what I mean? And I got in my own head and I drove myself into the fucking ground and I ruined my deadlift session. But if it wasn't for my training partner getting me out of that and telling me like, yo, you got to trust me, you got to listen to me, I'm not, that rest of the lift, who knows where it goes. You know what I mean? And you need to be with people that are willing to tell you, you're not doing this right. You need to work harder. You need to do more of this. You need to do less of this. You're bullshitting here. You're not bullshitting here. You got to be real with each other. You know what I mean? And if you can't get with a group of people that are on the same page of doing that, you're not going to move forward. You know what I mean? This goes to surround yourself. You are who you surround yourself with. And if you're with people who are fake, who are going to lie to you, who are going to like film you because like, hey, yo, we got to show who gives a fuck what everybody else sees. For me personally, I do that so I can let people know the type of work that we put in, how much I care about other people and them reaching their goals. Like, you know, I want you to see the type of work that we put in. You only get a snapshot. You don't get the whole thing. You know what I mean? If you could get that, you know, you would really, if you could be with us when we train, you would really know, damn, these guys, like, they work. And then the next day they work even harder. And then the next day they work even harder. Like, that's what you don't understand. That's what nobody sees on these snapshots, you know, these stories of this and that and that. That's not what it's about. It's not about me displaying what I'm trying to do. Like, I do that for a business, like from a business standpoint, because this is because I want my main goal at the end of the day for vets and me and myself or whatever, whatever this is, I want to get as many athletes better at what they do as possible, right? And that stems from me reaching the people I'm with in person, and then the next step is me reaching the people I'm not with in person, and that involves social media, and that's why I do it. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with trying to show off what's going on. That has nothing to do with it. It's so people saying, you've been here to here, you're working on this, we're getting better at this, we're working our fucking asses off here. It has nothing to do with ourselves. You know, and obviously we're going to celebrate PRs because that's what we strive for. We're doing this to better ourselves and do things we've never done before. You know, and you need to celebrate that. You got to be happy with that, but you can't be content with that. You can never be content with that. And if you are, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Your group, you're not going to go anywhere. You can keep lying to yourself all you want, but that's not how it's going to go. And this all stems back from being around people who will tell you the fucking truth and won't lie to you. You know, and this, so I'm going to leave it at that. It's kind of a rant. You know, there's a lot of that going on, and it just, it drives me nuts, man. Like, you know, and if you don't believe, like, if you don't believe we work hard, you are welcome anytime. I'll give you a free day pass. You come train with vets. You come train with us, and you see what it's like. You know what I mean? You come see for yourself, and that's a real statement. I know nobody's out there probably hating, but at the end of the day, you know, if you are like not looking at your situation, or you want to really see and have some sort of like relative perspective on how you work, come train with us, see how it is. You know what I mean? And that's like real talk. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, I don't want this to sound like me saying I'm better than everybody, because I'm not. Because all I strive to do is get as many people better as possible. But part of that is being real to your audience, being real to whoever's listening to. You know, because at the end of the day, if that's not what you're doing, how you're conducting yourself, you got to change that in order for you to get where you want to go. You need somebody to open up your eyes, be like, you know what, I'm not working hard enough. What else can I do? What else can I perfect? How else can I cue up my technique? Did I learn more about my technique today? With my technique, did I focus on something and I get better at it today? You know what I mean? Did I actually finish everything that I said I was going to finish? Did I do more weight than last time? Did I track what I did? And then the next time I do more. You know what I mean? On my accessory work. Like, are you doing those things? And if not, you got to take a hard look in the mirror, and you might need someone to tell you that, you know? So I hope that, you know, this didn't come off the wrong way. It's not what it's intended to. If you want to have a conversation about it with me, I'll let you know. And as I said, anybody's welcome. Come try it out. You know, on that note, have a good night.